Stu made me drive really fast, Ange.
Oh, twist your arm.
We did a 0 to 100 in 6.4 seconds.
Woo. G-force.
I know.
Did you lose your testicles?
My testicles are well and truly stuck in my esophagus as we speak.
I didn't check. It's time to have another look at the Tesla Model 3. Why? Well, a lot has changed in the last few months, let alone the 2 years since we first reviewed the Model 3 performance, which was an absolute frigging rocket ship. And in case you hadn't noticed, these things are everywhere, particularly base model, boring white ones. Today, I want you to meet Mick. By his own admission, he's not really a car guy, he's not really an EV guy, but he's smart and he likes nice things. So how come he went out to treat himself a fancy new BMW, but came home in a base model Tesla that's little more than half the price? How does that make sense? This isn't our usual kind of performance car review with Mark Williamson, but if you're thinking about a new family car and you're still unsure about the pros and cons of going to an EV, you should watch this. It's a bit long, sorry about that, but there's a lot to talk about, from the financial incentives to the driving experience. Okay, let's go. Let's introduce you to the viewer.
Certainly.
Hello, viewer. Now, on our channel, we've got 2 Marks and 2 Michaels now. This is terribly confusing. But it's Michael.
I'm Michael.
And you've bought yourself a Tesla.
What we affectionately call the Povo Pack Tesla, with, I must say, the option of the Midnight Silver paint. So that did add $1,500 to the base model. I think they used to call it Standard Range, but I think now they call it the rear-wheel drive, which for me, you know, there's nothing standard about this range. It is simply the rear-wheel drive. Typically, you know, our other cars are a Corolla and a Prado, so we're not fancy car owners.
How often do you wash your car?
Once every 10 years or so.
I think that's the measure of whether you're a car guy.
Okay. No, the car gets washed, but I don't wash it.
No,
so there's a distinction there.
You're not a car guy.
So no, not a car guy, and I was looking around thinking, you know, why not? Let's splurge a bit. So I was looking around at basically the Beemers, and I did have a little look at the Supra.
Oh, did you?
Yes. The Supra,
which we reviewed on the channel. If you haven't seen the review for that, there it is right there.
Yeah, check the review out.
Yeah.
I did watch that review. And I was considering the Supra because it's got the BMW B58 engine in it.
It does.
So I was looking at that, and I was looking at the 340i Beemer.
Oh, they're expensive.
Very expensive.
It'll be like 120, 130.
Yeah. By the time you get all the stuff you want on it. But my Corolla sensibilities came back to me.
Along came Stu and said, "Why don't you at least drive it?" I wasn't trying to sell you on the idea. I just said, "Why don't you at least drive one so you know what it's like?" It's a much cheaper car. The fit and finish won't be the same as your BM. It doesn't flatter you as a driver. It's very austere. It's like a Scandinavian apartment in here. Why don't you try one?
Yes, indeed. So we went down to Parramatta. You got me into the dual motor, or long range, I think they call it. But I still don't understand why they call it long range, because of the different battery chemistries. You can only you should only charge the long range batteries up to 80%.
Yes.
But then the rear-wheel drive, you charge up to 100%.
Yeah.
Surely that pretty much accounts for the difference in range. But we did take the dual motor for a drive, and it was entirely scary and unnecessary, and I felt ill.
And that was when you were driving?
Yes, indeed. And
imagine if I'd been driving.
Yeah, no. And so then I took Ange. Ange is the person with whom I live and have children. So we went down to Parramatta again and took the Povo Pack rear-wheel drive for a drive. Oh, I just used the brake. I hardly ever use the brake.
You've adjusted to one-pedal driving?
Absolutely, I have. I took Ange down for a drive in this, and it happened to be this colour too, which was good. And this was more than adequate for our needs.
So it's the slowest Tesla they've ever made.
Yeah.
But as we all know, because of the way it delivers the torque from down low, it's just so effortless.
Yes.
More than enough.
Indeed.
But this oozes a sense of relaxed.
Oh, it's so nice to drive.
So how is it when you get back out of this into the Corolla now?
It used to be a zippy little car, and now it's, I think Angela this morning called it a puss box, that when you put your foot down on the accelerator, it makes a whole lot of noise and doesn't go very fast. It's like stepping back in time. It just seems old-fashioned and outdated.
Compared to the BMW you're looking at, that's a very special environment. It makes you feel special. All those dials and gauges and lights and things. And this is sort of polar opposite.
Correct. But as a wise person once said, owning things like that is like wrapping yourself in sandwiches on the outside of your body and wondering why you're still hungry. I like to feel good from the inside, Stu. I don't need things, I don't want to have to buy things to make me feel special.
That's an interesting metaphor.
It is an interesting metaphor, isn't it?
Yes.
But the comfort for not a car guy who drives a Prado and a Corolla, this is like beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's all about expectation and perspective, right? If you're coming to this from a 340i,
Yep.
then you'll feel like maybe you're getting into a Toyota level car.
You still can't argue with a get up and go, even if you are coming from a BMW M3, it becomes very apparent how noisy they are. And if it's a current model BMW M3, how ugly they are. BMWs used to look pretty and elegant and svelte and swoopish, and they've just gradually made them uglier and uglier, including the new M2. So, not a fan. Lovely driver's cars, fabulous.
Yeah.
I think from a lot of angles they actually look quite nice. Side view, rear view, rear three-quarter view, front three-quarter view not so much. Front view, no. Front view,
you don't like the front view, Stu.
No.
It looks like it's been sat on. It looks like a platypus bill or something. Is that the concern?
A bit of a guppy fish.
Yeah, a bit of a guppy fish.
Look.
We love the front.
Platypus bill's good. I hadn't heard that before.
It looks a bit like a platypus bill.
Look, I know you're a fan of all the gimmicks and things, and you enjoy doing the fart noises in the shopping car park.
And then I got, the Tesla, which does it for me.
Boom, boom.
All week, try the veal.
Honestly, folks, we don't script this stuff. I want to see some energy efficiency.
Yeah, I'm not into energy efficiency, so I've never touched on that one.
Well, you don't have to be, do you? Because
no.
From a cost viewpoint, you don't care because it's so cheap to fill. The consumption's more a factor on range.
Yeah.
They have to get their head around the idea that it's a different fill-up metaphor. We've spent all our lives filling up on journeys at the beginning, during, or at the end. It has to be done. And you just have to get your head out of that mindset and go, no. For those of us with a house, you charge at home. Do you find already you don't even think about it? You just go home and...
No, I still think about when I'm going to charge it. I don't just plug it in when I get home. Apropos the earlier comment about energy pricing, I've moved to a wholesale energy pricing provider. My kilowatt hour energy price changes half every 30 minutes. This morning, for example, because I wanted to be nice and fully charged for you, Stu.
423 Ks.
Yeah, 423 Ks to go. Last night, energy prices were quite high, like up to something like, it was like 50 cents a kilowatt hour, which is quite expensive.
That is.
But I looked ahead at the forecast and I noted at 3 a.m. this morning it was going to be down to 22 cents per kilowatt hour. So I knew I had an hour and a half left to get this charge, so I set the car to charge from 3 a.m.
At half the price that it would have been the night before.
There you go.
So even at a premium rate of 30 cents per kilowatt hour, it's still 3.5 to 4 times cheaper to run this car than an equivalent economy petrol car getting about 8 litres per 100k.
But let's not keep comparing the Corolla to the Tesla.
No.
I don't think that's a fair comparison.
No, well, not. I mean, even your BMW, if you drive it economically, if you're nice 330i, if you're really smooth on it, you might get 8 litres per 100k out of it. So I chose realistic numbers.
I haven't done the numbers, but I did read an article, and this is for a business expense, because this car is owned by a business.
Yes.
That it's as cheap, if not cheaper, to buy a Tesla rear-wheel drive through a business than it is to buy a Corolla.
We are going to talk about that because
here we go.
Absolutely
60 to 80. Here we go. That's exciting.
Didn't take long.
No, it doesn't. Never takes long.
You didn't option in the enhanced autopilot or the full self-driving?
I didn't buy the $5,000 app. Like, apps are usually $1.29.
Yep. Good for you. You don't need it.
No.
This car standard comes with a magnificent cruise control, adaptive, so it maintains the gap of the car in front, works really, really well. It's got all these safety features you need, all the autonomous emergency braking, emergency swerve. It's got lane assist, that's standard.
All the same as the dual motor too. The only difference between the dual motor and this is another motor.
You don't need summon. You don't need to go, come here car, get out of the car.
It would be fun though, let's be honest.
But is it $5,000 worth of fun?
No, it's not.
And is it worth the anxiety watching it going, oh, don't scrape that guy's Land Cruiser?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's amazing, isn't it? When it just and it's got torque all through the range. Wherever you need more, it gives you more. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's very smooth, and when the car in front of you stops, the car stops. My adaptive cruise control on the Prado just cuts out when it gets below 40, and then you've got to set it all up again. But this one, when the car in front of you moves, it just takes off again. It's very nice.
Now, I hope Mark Williamson's not actually watching this at the moment, because he'd be having little apoplexies at the moment at how far you are away from the steering wheel. So, sorry, Mark. This is a car thing. You've spent all your life. You're getting in a comfortable driving position. I presume for you that's what you call a comfortable driving position.
Yeah.
Let's just say that for me and for Mark, it's not. You're too far away from the wheel.
Okay.
But that's just us.
No. And that's interesting because my car guy's son, I keep saying to him, why are you so close to the wheel? So why do I need to be closer to the wheel?
To control the car.
Okay, I'll just press this little button down here. How's that?
That's a bit better.
A bit better.
You'd be surprised how close. Back there, the car's driving you, not you driving the car.
Okay.
And if you have to swerve, you're going to move around that. It's going to limit your ability. Not that that's likely to happen.
I'm putting it, so I've moved closer.
Yes.
I feel like I'm now driving the car rather than the car driving me. Is that the intent?
I think that's a good approach to driving.
I was very lucky because I only had about a 5 or 6 week wait when I ordered.
Yep.
People are saying that's because people are cancelling their orders or something. I don't know.
It's the case now. I went to order one last night and it said delivery in 2 weeks.
Wow. Which probably means it's now worth nothing second hand because everyone's just going to buy a new one, I suppose.
I hate to say it, I also looked and saw there are 551 Tesla Model 3s for sale in Australia now, of which 20% are long range, 20% are performance, and 60% are base model. No, they're a commodity car. See, people say they're a refrigerator, but it's a really nice refrigerator.
Oh, yeah. It's a refrigerator with an iPad in it. It's perfect. The buying process is very smooth, it all happens, the communication's very good. And then unfortunately on the 31st of March, my dear old mother passed away, so they offered to home deliver it to me, so that was very kind of you. And then I hear in the news a couple of days later that there's been a $3,400 price drop on the Model 3, and I think, oh, well, it definitely wasn't going to be an investment to start with, and now I'm $3,400 behind.
Tesla's won no friends at all from a lot of people
doing that,
not passing it on to people, particularly if they've had the long wait, 10 months, and then these drop after drop after drop. And
Tesla did win a fan here because I hadn't taken delivery of this car on the 31st of March. By the time they delivered it to me on I think it was the 11th of April, and they said, we'll be giving you a $3,400 refund. And then I filled out a form online and they put $3,400 back into my account. And chucked in was it the UMC charger? What are they?
Oh, yeah.
So they said that wasn't going to be in the car and it was in the boot when it arrived.
Okay. Now, people will say, why am I reviewing this car?
A middle-aged man from the suburbs driving a povo packed Tesla, Stu. It's pretty embarrassing.
Why is that on inCARnation?
Yeah.
Well, for the simple reason, this is the third most popular selling car in the country, and it's probably soon to be the number one, the way it's going.
Okay.
And for years people have been saying, oh, I'm not going to buy an electric car, they're so expensive. And you go, wait, I'm going to wait till they're cheap. Well, guess what? They've suddenly got affordable, whether you're buying second-hand or new, with all the incentives they're giving. This is Corolla money.
Through a business is Corolla money.
Yes. If you look at what you pay for a decent ordinary sedan, ICE, it's very much equivalent now.
School drop-off and pick-up. It's a Tesla convoy.
Did you know you can drive this in the T2 transit lanes?
I did.
And T3?
I did. And
they've extended that.
I did. It's very exciting.
Even when there's just you in
I know. I can put my blow-up doll away now when I'm driving in the T2. So I don't have a blow-up doll. I have a mannequin. It's very different.
Yes.
It's very different nuance.
Yes. Now, Ruben said you're starting to look like a Tesla driver.
Well, there was one particular morning I was driving him to school the other day, and I think I had some form of knitwear on and a scarf, and he said, "You look such like a Tesla driver, Dad."
Dear.
I don't even know what a Tesla driver looks like. I think we're quite a diverse group, aren't we?
He evidently does.
Oh!
Here, hang on. There's a big learning curve with this. When we first reviewed one of these about 3 years ago, I put some effort into learning it, but it's all gone now because I'm old.
You've showed everybody that I listen to the ABC.
That's okay. Listening to the ABC is fine. That's what guys who wear cardigans and scarves do.
Oh, please. Please. What did I hear someone describing why they listen to the ABC the other day? It's because they can make up their own mind about who to vote for.
Oh, that's harsh.
I do the speed limit, which sometimes, apologies to all the car people watching this, sometimes annoys people.
Okay.
All right, I've
Now
put the
he's
autopilot on. Now what's going to happen as I come into the corners? Will it slow down for me?
Probably not. You have to actually drive the car.
I wish it had a camera at the front for parking. I do. I have a camera at the front for parking on the Prado, and I like it.
It's a pretty short front. I think you can see it. It's
about.
right there.
I know it's right there, but it's about centering on the line, centering the car. I'm the guy who parks the car, and you could get out a ruler on either side of the car and measure it to the line, and it'll be the same on both sides. That's how I like to park.
You've won a lot of friends just by saying that.
I what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I can't stand, last night, if you're out there, I was up at the local shops. In the accessible car spots, there was a matte grey, it looked like an M4 competition or something.
Yeah.
And it had come in and it had parked kind of across two of the accessible spots with the wheel steel turn.
Nice.
And no permit in the windscreen, nothing. But you know what? That's okay. You drive a BMW. That's okay.
That's very magnanimous of you. You haven't experienced any hate yet? You haven't had somebody brake test you or try and blow sit, or I hope you don't.
No, I not overt hate.
No.
Maybe I've had some silent mockery.
Yes.
I like this, I work this out, that's how much acceleration's happening, and then when it goes the other way, when the regenerative braking's happening.
We're rolling around 12.8 kilowatt hours per 100k. Projected range 427k, 430k. That's really good. There's a luxury car threshold.
$84,916.
Oh shit, you know your stuff.
Oh.
And that's been raised for low emission vehicles from 71,000. So
luxury car tax and FBT.
Fringe benefit tax for those who don't know. So real advantages there, plus your $3,000 up front you got.
And given the COVID asset write-offs are still in place in this FY23, this is 100% deductible expense in the first year.
Holy crap!
But let's round it and say 30%. It's about a 20 grand saving right straight away.
Wow, 20 grand in the first year.
Correct.
Wow, this car is starting to look very cheap.
And then of course the refueling is cheap, and when the sun's out, it's really cheap. And not only that, when the sun's out, what's been really interesting in the wholesale pricing provider that I've gone with is amazing. And if you've got solar panels and batteries like we've got, the algorithms are just amazing. It will charge your battery up from the grid if there's not a lot of sun out, and the grid price is cheap, and the forecast for the grid price later is expensive. It's incredible.
What you're telling me is you got this car for free, basically?
No, not at all. You've got to have the $60,000 or whatever to, give to Elon.
You don't pay stamp duty on this on vehicles under $78,000, so there's a saving of up to $5.5 grand there. It's an automated function, so you don't even need to claim it. You wouldn't have paid it when you bought the car. Doesn't apply to hybrids, so not for heavy vehicles, not for second-hand cars, just for new cars. You don't get the rebate on the stamp duty.
That's unfortunate. They should change that, I think.
Not even for dealer demo vehicles, if you happen to cross one in a deal.
Wow.
Government is getting serious about EVs. They're spending a lot of money. The Future Fuels Fund, run by Arena, for 400 fast chargers. Also in the current budget, $500 million for another 117 charges on the major freight routes.
I've not done an interstate, I've not done a regional trip yet.
You still got your Prado when you're towing your...
I call it our off-road adventure survival pod.
Whoa!
Yeah, I know, right? Otherwise, just it's a very small Australian-made off-road camper trailer.
It's a very sexy thing.
Yeah, it is my pride and joy.
So you're not likely to take this as your tow vehicle?
No, I will not tow anything with this.
So the driving experience. You said you're not really a car guy, but you're pushing along quite nicely along here.
Yeah. It's really nice. And now I'm closer to the wheel. I feel much more in control. Coffee, bacon and egg rolls, I saw a sign there, Stu.
Yeah. Do you feel like one?
Well, I did go to the doctor recently, and I said to the doctor, how do I go about losing weight? And the doctor said, just don't eat anything fatty. And I said, what, like bacon and egg rolls, chips, things? He said, no, don't eat anything fatty.
Oh.
Thanks, Doc.
Boop, boop.
Sorry if I'm talking too much.
No, you're cool. It's going to be a major editing job.
I know, sorry.
Yep. Steering, right. Up and down, and in and out's the left one. Yeah, keep going. Oh, yeah, Mark's going to love that now.
Really?
Yeah, because we do have some bends coming up, and Mark will be much happier to see that bend in your elbows. Huzzah!
Hurrah! I see now it's when I put it into drive.
Yes.
It puts the seat back to where it was.
Yeah.
And when you put it into park, it doesn't move the seat back for easy entry. But when you take your seatbelt off, the seat moves back for easy exit and entry.
They're clever, aren't they?
Very clever.
Now, what's wrong with these cars? They're everywhere now, and there's going to be more and more of them, especially white ones.
But is that like there's wheels everywhere as well, and that's simply because they work, right?
But inCARnation viewers like to be a little bit individual.
Yeah, that's fair.
So just
you can get it wrapped.
Yes.
I've seen lots of wraps around.
But don't get the chameleon, because they only come in 5 stupid colours at the moment.
I take offence to this being a stupid colour, Stu. I think that's unfair.
I'm not a fan, to be honest.
And you drive a white BMW.
Yeah, that's true. It's glorious, beautiful midnight silver.
Yeah,
what a nice colour.
It is. It's a lovely colour. It's got some real depth to it. In the right light, it's got a little purpley kind of
black
starry thing.
Or blue. It's quite a nice blue. But they're pretty common too. And the red is nice. It's a $2,400 option though. They're quite expensive. Nice work. Doing a nice job on the bends. How pretty is this? Whoosh, and off we go. It's fast enough.
It's
so yes, get a wrap. Get a nice dark green, a nice turquoise like this. Look at that. How good is that?
That's an excellent reverse camera. Let's see how close to the bikes I can get without getting bashed up.
You don't need to.
I don't like taking up unnecessary car space though.
You're a very thoughtful guy.
I am. So it charges from the grid when the wholesale price is low, and it'll top up your battery, right? But then later on, when the wholesale price, when the demand's high and the wholesale price shoots up, so does the feed-in tariff shoot up, and then it sells energy back to the grid from the battery. It's bought cheaply from the grid during the day.
You're like a forex trader at home. You could do nothing but buy energy cheaply.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not talking big dollars here.
Yeah.
So I charged the car this morning from 80% to full. That cost, including running everything at the house since 3 a.m. this morning, has cost $2.36.
Yeah. And here we are. And
can I say what's bad about it?
Yeah, tell me what's bad about it.
It doesn't have a front parking camera. That's what I like.
You'd like to be able to.
Yeah.
It's got 8 other cameras.
Yeah, I know, but I'd like a front parking one.
Okay. What else is bad about it? Is if you do long trips off the beaten track, and this is why you have your Prado.
For adventures, I do have another vehicle.
Yes, off the beaten track.
I acknowledge the privileged nature of that comment.
It's probably not that suitable.
No, I'm not crossing the Simpson. So I'm not heading to Mungo National Park in the Tesla.
No.
But I wouldn't go there in the Corolla either.
Mind you, you've got the 8-inch wheels on this car, and on this rather bashed up road that's been flooded recently and consequently has some bad potholes, it's doing a good job.
What have I got? 18-inch?
18-inch wheels.
Right.
You don't really want the 20s. They are much more damage prone.
Yeah.
But these actually, the ride's excellent.
It is very comfortable. You can't adjust the suspension.
No, it's not
No.
adaptive. Tesla Model S and X have an option for air suspension. It's adaptive.
Not that you can get one of those in Australia.
No, they stopped now.
Stopped?
This week.
Model X.
And Model S, who'd have thought it? No more in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Ready?
Totally floor it.
Floor it.
Floor
So
it.
foot to the floor.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we're in sports steering now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that'll make all the difference.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Not bad. That's pretty good. Hold on to it. That's good. Now it's pulling. That's it. Keep going, keep going. That'll do. Nice work. We got there. And we got 6.4 seconds 0 to 100.
Wow, that's all right. From
Mate,
0 to 100.
Mark Williamson is going to be so envious of your skills behind the wheel.
I'm pretty sure he won't be.
Mark, what do you reckon? He's all right, isn't he?
No,
look at the
no.
bend in his elbows. That's
Yeah, look at the
fantastic.
bend.
We fixed that.
Yeah.
Can we just agree that white Teslas are everywhere?
Correct.
And
White is everywhere.
They're not going to be collectible.
No Tesla's going to be collectible.
Well, that's fair enough too.
This is a depreciating asset, which is lucky because we've already fully depreciated it.
In its first year?
Its first year.
How good is that?
It's incredible.
Whoa. Hey, you're really getting in the spirit of this now.
Oh yeah, look at me go. I was uncomfortable when you took my son on the track in a race car and I wasn't even in the car. He now wants to buy a Tesla.
Wow.
Yes.
Your son, your teenage son, the petrol head.
Yeah, he's been looking at second-hand Teslas.
Crap.
Yeah. Because he loves driving it.
Who'd have thought it? I'm sure that in 2 decades' time, they've confiscated my license, and I'm in the nursing home, and I'm no longer driving. Hopefully somebody will still be driving my old Porsche 928 and putting petrol in it and enjoying it as a classic car.
I wonder what it'll be as per litre of petrol by then.
It'll be $14 a litre.
$14 a litre.
Nonetheless, we love petrol cars, but for your day-to-day commute and your trips and everything else, 99% of your driving, you're probably going to really enjoy this.
Yeah.
You've managed to avoid the worst of the potholes, but it rides beautifully, and yet it's not rolling.
No, it doesn't roll, does it?
Hook it in here. Here we go. Hook it in. Yeah, there we go. The big dip right on the apex there, and it just rode it beautifully. It's very sporty for a standard car.
Because we haven't talked about the Model Y at all.
No, we don't. It's the same as this, just looks uglier.
Well, and apparently, from what I've been reading as well, doesn't drive as well. It's much more go-kart-like.
I did review it and I was actually quite disappointed. Firstly, 2 reasons. The ride, it wasn't as nice as this by some stretch. But also the acceleration, they electronically moderated it, so when you get on it, it just eases away and then builds up power. It was distinctly not as quick as this. I don't know if they've fixed that either, but I didn't really like that. I would like a little more performance than this.
Yes, I appreciate that.
My perfect Tesla would be a long range with the 19-inch wheels, and I don't mind the white upholstery so long as you don't wear blue jeans because that marks them.
It gets very bright in here, Stu, with the white upholstery. We test drove the one with white leather.
Yeah.
And you need your sunglasses on all the time. It's so bright. Even at midnight, some people might say you need your sunglasses on.
Right here, up the hill we go. Whoosh. Here's the hairpin coming up. Your apprenticeship as an inCARnation host is
going all right?
well advanced.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Round
not
we
sure.
go. Hook it up. A tiny bit of traction control there.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, I did. Of course I felt it. Eyes up the road. Hand position's good. Excellent. You're faster than I am.
Nah. It's just a bit of fun, really, isn't it?
Yep.
And it is fun. That's the point.
It is.
But we need to do it responsibly and safely.
Anyone who says these cars are boring and they're just glorified golf carts hasn't been in one.
Yeah.
All we're missing is the noise.
But I don't mind that because I don't like noise. When I go to bands and live concerts, I put earplugs in because it's too loud.
So do I, because I'm on stage.
You're on stage. It's like a Dodgem car for grown-ups.
Yeah, it really is fun. It'd be nice if we took those aero covers off the wheels, because because the saving you're going to get, you don't need to worry about that anyway.
It's easy for you to say.
The aerodynamic.
Yeah, a bit flash with the cash there, Stu. I don't need to worry about
87 cents a year it'll save you those aero caps.
what's underneath them.
Nice looking wheels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nice looking alloy wheels. Ask your teenage sons. Your usage went from 11 kilowatt hours per 100k to about 40 as you did a little performance test back there. So you took the effective range of this car from 500k's down to about 110. Tesla Model 3 long range, 0 to 100 4.4 seconds, and the performance is just crazy. We did 0 to 100 and back to a dead stop in around 7 seconds. Can you do that? Oh, jeepers creepers. In a Tesla Model 3 performance, which is pretty amazing. Brakes are really good too.
Yeah.
So we decided we don't need the enhanced autopilot for $5,000, which does the auto lane change, auto park, summon, smart summon. We certainly don't need the Tesla full self-driving, which isn't even available anyway, or certified to be legal.
Yeah.
So
it's too fun to drive yourself too.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. People say they buy these cars because they don't want to drive. They want to let the car do it. No, we like to drive. You like to drive, even though you're not a car guy.
No, it does feel that the quality feels good. Like, I know I'm not sitting in a 7 Series Beamer. Like, I get that.
So I presume you'll be paying a monthly fee for the premium.
I have upgraded to the $10 a month.
$10 a month?
I know, the premium connectivity. And I don't know if they were just joking, but they said, we'll see you for your first service in 3 years when we change the pollen filter.
Yep, that's pretty much it. That won't be the case with your BMW 340i.
No, it won't.
Competitor cars. So I do like the new Ioniq 6, and I'm getting one shortly to review for a whole week. So let's go for a run in that and make the comparison.
We can make some comparisons. I'd like to drive the Ioniq 6.
How do you like the fact that you've got no instrument binnacle in front of you?
Love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and all this talk of, the speedo's not right in front of your face or whatever.
It's right there.
Seriously.
It's
As parents and partners, sometimes you find yourself taking people places, dropping them off, waiting for them and what have you.
Yeah.
And what I really love about this is I like my air conditioning.
Yeah.
You can keep your air conditioning running.
Yep.
And you're not filling wherever you are full of fumes.
Yep.
And I can sit in here and watch Netflix comfortably.
Indeed.
It's very nice.
That's the glove box. Oh, I can't open. Where's the glove box handle?
Oh no!
I've got to do this. I've got to do this.
Oh no!
Controls.
Hold on, what about the voice commands? I've never tried the voice commands.
Haven't you?
No.
Look, that's.
What do you
don't,
do?
You don't need.
How do you do it? Just tell me how to do it. Don't do it.
You push on the right-hand thing. You push this in.
Yeah.
And you tell it something.
Open glove box. Worked. Turn the steering wheel heater on.
Play YYZ by Rush on Spotify. Okay.
I can feel the steering wheel heater. That's cool. I've never had a steering wheel heater before. Play Waving Through a Window from the Dear Evan Hansen album on Spotify.
Musical theatre guy.
No slipping up if you slip away, so I got nothing to share. Make me a regular flat white. Oh, this car's useless.
Command not understood.
Oh. Who's going to win the 5th race in Flemington today? Useless.
Doesn't know that.
Useless.
It's taking us to Flemington Racecourse though. Go.
No, I don't want.
And here's where. Oh.
It's in Melbourne. Yeah, it's a long way to go.
You can tow up to 1,000 kilos with this one. Braked, 750 unbraked.
Depending on your lifestyle and recreational pursuits and things, if you wanted one car that did everything, it's not this.
But as a day-to-day commuter car for most people,
yeah,
it will service 100% of their needs. You haven't got a means to charge at home, yeah, it's going to be inconvenient.
If you find a fast charger close to home, then it's going to cost you, but it's still going to cost you less than filling up with fuel.
Sure, and they've got a car with a 450k range. They only need to top it up once a fortnight.
Yeah.
And you go, fine. When you go shopping...
They do recommend you charge it to 100% once a week to maximise battery life.
Okay. but still 60 grand second hand gets you a low mileage one. Almost all these cars are low mileage. Only
You
10.
miss out on the incentives on the second hand ones though, don't you?
You do.
Which is
You do.
unfortunate, I think.
It actually makes sense to buy a new one.
Which still comes under the luxury car tax. It's dropped since they dropped the price.
Yes.
The long range has come under the 84,916.
Okay.
And it wasn't there when I was looking.
Right.
And I'm glad it wasn't, because it might have
You would have
even
bought it.
tempted me to do that.
Okay. It's still not eligible for the $3,000
No.
New South Wales government rebate, but you're right. In terms of luxury car tax threshold and fringe benefit tax,
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
I'm pretty sure Tesla's never thought about that.
It's,
Well, one thing I have noted, when if you're at the front
Green
of a
there.
right-hand turning lane,
yeah.
and the arrow stays red, but the light goes green, it does still ding.
Yep.
So you've got to watch that. Don't just rely on the ding. You've actually got to pay attention to the road. But let's see when this arrow goes green. I think it's going to take its cue from the car in front, as it does. Look at that.
So you didn't accelerate there.
I didn't touch anything. Oh,
Nope, but now
it's
you have
phantom braking because it
Yeah.
doesn't know what it's
to.
doing.
Yeah. Okay. Round we go, and the guy behind's getting a bit tight.
Yeah.
Okay, so you needed to step in there, really?
Yeah, I did, and I didn't.
And the guy behind's going, what are you doing?
Yeah, Tesla drivers.
So not perfect. And this is why I don't... Imagine how stressed you'd be if you were relying on full self-driving to do everything.
Oh, yeah, you'd be.
Even if it did it, you'd still be a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
There you go, it's matching the speed limit perfectly.
Yeah. Everyone behind me's going, what are you doing?
Why are you doing the
Why are
speed
you
limit?
doing the speed limit? Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Mate, you got to add GST just like you do everything else.
See?
66k in a 60 zone, 10%.
Yeah. And now see we come out to a roundabout and I need to
it's-
slow down and it doesn't know that. So you've got to take some control here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on,
Another
AMG.
speed
Another
camera.
speed camera.
Yeah, it's funny how people think, oh, if it's a 60 zone, I better do like 44 just to be
Just to be safe.
We're going to go to the shops to buy some hot chips, though. The thing's going to smell.
Oh, hold on. If
What?
you buy smelly takeaway food,
Yeah.
you could put it in the front.
Is there enough room?
There's enough room for a Turkish banquet. All the places to put your smelly cargo. Illegal apparently for children, however. Always reverse into a car spot. I do. Because the cameras are good and then it's safer when you're coming out because you can see, right? Is that what you tell people?
Yes. Always reverse in if you possibly can.
Yeah.
Oh, but then I can't get my shopping in the back. Yes, you can.
Well, in a Tesla, you can put your shopping in the front.
How good is that?
Doesn't even matter. You don't have to get your shopping in the back. You frunk it up, as they say. I think frunk might become a verb.
You're not going to do another fart while we're sitting in the car here.
Yeah, when this woman walks past.
No, I can't. You're
I'll do a ludicrous fast.
Don't do it.
Oh, no, that's inside now, ready?
Don't do it. Don't. Oh, God.
Everyone looks around.
Who did it?
Anyone who puts a fart app into a car
Who's
is a
doing it?
legend.
At our age, fart jokes, honestly.
That's so funny.
You can't do outside farts when you're driving. You've got to be in park to fart outside
okay.
the car.
So, viewers, there we go. $68,000 well spent for a machine that makes fart noises.
Yeah. I've only just worked out that via Sentry mode you can do the fart noise outside the car from a distance. So you can hide behind a tree and make the fart noises and watch people's reactions. That's that for me. That's done it for me. That's it. That's why the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive povo pack is the perfect car.
Fans of Mark Williamson, don't lose faith in the channel just yet. He'll be back next time. It's okay.
We're not at primary school, Stu.
I think I know what's the right app for you. I'm guessing karaoke.
Having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl.
That's enough of that.
Watch that scene, digging the dancing queen.
Mark,
Hot chips in the frunk. That's how the kids are doing it.